Recently, I posted this AI reimagined version of Call of Duty, Grand Theft Auto, and Battlefield 5. The results were breathtaking, allowing us to transform video games into photorealistic graphics, or more impressively, make a rated M action game into a rated E LEGO game on the fly, complete with reimagined 3D models and interactions. And since this is AI, these can really be anything that you can imagine. A lot of you guys blew up our DMs asking me, Nate, how does this work and how can I make stuff on my own? So today we're going to show you the 3 main ways that you can reimagine video games or just about anything using AI. These techniques are not only super versatile, but it's also a highly useful skill when it comes to mastering generative AI. Whether you're an AI beginner or a comfy UI expert, you're going to want to stick around until the end of this video because we'll go over the best tools and processes for creating AI reimaginations. I'm super excited. I know you are too. All right, let's go. The first and most basic way to reimagine a video game is to use a method called image to video. This method allows you to take a still frame from a game and type in any interaction you want to happen. This method may be the most limited in control because you only have one frame to base the rest of the generation on, but it's also super flexible in that everything after that initial frame is up to you and your prompt. In order to make these, we can use Minimax, Lumilabs, or Runway, which all offer basic image to video options simply by uploading the image and typing in a prompt afterwards. One thing though that you may see is that we may struggle with consistent environments and characters because everything after this point is imagined, which is why the next method is even better, and that's called video to video. The benefit of using video as an input is that we can use more than one frame, and instead we can use all of the frames in our video to drive our resulting generation. This lets us keep consistent camera motions, characters, and even animations while still being able to change how something is rendered and some additional details as well. At the moment, this technique is limited to only 5 to 10 seconds, so first we need to cut our gameplay footage into shorter segments, and then using Runway Gen 3 Turbo, we can type in an idea and watch the gameplay footage transform into something else completely. Now, even though these results are impressive, you may be like, Nate, these are still not playable video games. Essentially, these are just pre-rendered graphics, and for that, you're right, because that's mostly because of a limitation in the technology right now. Much like computer graphics would require cutscenes to be pre-rendered and thus different from the actual gameplay, we're essentially doing the same thing here, which is pre-rendering a scene with AI. But if you've been alive long enough to remember when games started to be advertised as having no loading screens or the in-game footage looking the same as the cutscenes like in God of War, the newest Spider-Man, or Call of Duty, then you might be able to imagine a near future where these generative graphics are rendered on the fly. In fact, that future might even be closer than you think. For the final method of reimagining video games, we have Diamond Diffusion, which is a completely free and open source tool, and it's an entirely simulated game world trained on older Atari video games and Counter-Strike. So even though this may look similar to Counter-Strike, it's actually an AI that's responding to my keyboard and mouse inputs. At the moment, this method is the most restrictive and experimental reimagination of a video game, but with more diverse training data and more compute power, it may be possible to fully generate a game world and an interaction system based on a single prompt. So instead of rendering some fancy visuals, it would create the game logic and internal mechanics as well. If you want to experiment with this on your own computer, you can try this out using Pinocchio, and it's as easy to install as clicking on Discover and then clicking on Diamond Diffusion. If you guys enjoy this technique, so you're probably also going to enjoy our Patreon. We've also just updated to have a bunch more content. If you guys haven't been there in a while, make sure you go ahead and check it out. We have this really awesome workflow for using your webcam to drive any image and video, as well as all of our After Effects projects, including all of our motion graphics and VFX assets. Anyways, thanks for watching. I hope to catch you in the next one. All right, peace.